Howdy, all. I am Adam the Renaissance Nerd. Avatar 2. Avatar, The Way of Water. Call it whatever you want. I'm no fan. I've made that abundantly clear throughout the past few months. Now, I don't hate it. I just am annoyed by it. I've always been annoyed by Avatar because I don't like the way it's pushed in my face. I'm told it's beautiful, this and that, when in fact it's kind of average in terms of story, in terms of characters. Oh, it looks pretty. Sorry, that's not enough for this young lad. But I've never made any, how do I put this? I've never underestimated what it might do in the box office. I said, and I'm on the record for about a month or so now, 1.5 to 1.6 billion. That's my end game estimate. I mean, give or take a couple $100 million. But I do not think it's going to hit $2 billion. I don't. I've explained it before. I'm going to explain it again right now. But today, apparently, it's hit $1 billion. According to CBR, now we can go over here to the numbers, and we'll reload it again. As of this point in the day where I am right now, it has not been notched. But that they're probably tabling. But we'll say it's hit $1 billion. In this article here, it's going to say it's crossed 300 million domestic and over 700 million. Yeah, 300 million domestic, over 700 million internationally. Yeah. Bravo. 1 billion. Bravo. It's not going to make 2 billion. Walk with me here. Walk with me. If you disagree with me, please comment. Let me know what you think, whether you've seen it or not. You don't need to have seen this to have an opinion in my opinion. Look at we're going to say it's 300, 700, but I want this up. Right here at Shield BR, they're waxing poetic. Oh, it's done it in 2 weeks. It's done it so quickly. It's really working hard. It's great. Everybody's going, oh, the giant winter storm. It was a Christmas miracle. It made 95 million on the horrible winter storm Christmas weekend. Blah, 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 blah. There's a lot of factors that must be accounted for all of this and why this movie, in my opinion, is not a success right now. Look at this. We'll say again, this is 300, 700. Just pretend with me. International, just like the first one, that's where the bulk is coming from originally. That's fine. There's a lot more people in the world than right here in America. Okay? A lot more people here and around the world. There's only 350 million people in America. 300 million in 2 weeks. Think about that compared to now they're saying, oh, they're beating these Marvel movies, but the Marvel movies domestically made more in these early runs. Yeah, they flatlined eventually, but they made more in the early runs. Avatar 2 is not a success domestically. And it needs to be. Because according to James Cameron, remember this, it has to hit $2 billion to even break even. And even as far back in November, Hollywood Reporter, 350 to 400 million range. Recently, you got Collider saying budget between 350 and 450. We all think it's actually probably a little bit higher than that. You don't make a movie for 13 years on just this. There's a lot. It needs to make $2 billion to break even. We'll leave it at that. 300 million in 2 weeks. Everybody who really wants to see this movie, even people who went out to see it during the ultra blizzard that just hit us over Christmas weekend. Where is the other $700 million domestically going to come from? I think they'll get another 400 to 500 internationally. I think they will. Maybe 1 to 200 more domestically. So that's going to put me, if we're at 7, that's going to put it in my range. May go up to 1718, but still, that's an acceptable margin of error as far as I'm concerned with my prediction. Get it to 17, maybe 18. That's still not $2 billion. What needs to stop is pretending that it goes back to what I said a week ago. Stop lying. Stop lying and saying never bet against James Cameron. He always makes $1 billion. The $1 billion means nothing. This isn't profit. This is what these shills are faking with here. They're lying to you. $1 billion here does not mean profit. It's just a nice number to say this movie made $1 billion. And this movie made $1 billion during a recession. Yes, we are in a recession here in America with massive inflation, less people going to the movies, ticket prices are higher. This so-called billion is basically funny money. It's monopoly money. It's not legit. It's not a legitimate $1 billion. Therefore, it hasn't made profit. And unless it gets beyond $2 billion, it is likely to not make profit. But they're going to lie to you and tell you, oh, it passes $1 billion. Don't you doubt James Cameron. Don't you doubt this awesome movie that looks pretty, that nobody really cares about the story and everybody complains about it, but they like the good dad stuff, but that's all they seem to like, and they're not going to go see it again because it's 3 hours and 12 minutes long. Don't lie to us. Don't lie to yourself. This movie right now is, at the moment, and I'm willing to say this, if I am wrong, I will come back and say I'm wrong. $1 billion flop. Show me the profits. Show me the merch. Show me Avatar merch that is flying off the shelves because people love it so much. This is a $1 billion flop. This franchise is going to go nowhere. Yes, they've already got 3 done, but James Cameron wants a 9-hour cut. God, this guy loves sucking himself off. He wants to make it even more political. This franchise is not a recipe for success.
Don't try to razzle-dazzle me.
Oh, it's great. Well, the people have liked it, but they don't love it. And in another month, everybody's going to forget about it. I guarantee it. In another month, when something else happens, something else comes out, when the news cycle moves on, no one's going to be talking about this anymore. We'll talk about it because we'll say, oh, look, it's done. It's over. Look how it's slowly flatlined more and more. Or dropped until it's a flatline. You know what I'm saying. Stop lying to us shills. Don't lie to yourself and think it's going to be a fantastic movie that's going to break everything. I mean, honestly, this looks, I don't care which day. These designs look terrible here. This looks stupid. This looks horrible to me. I am visually offended by these designs. I'll be honest. I'm visually offended by how the Na'vi look. And even those attacking it for the other reasons. You know, the fake virtue signalers, oh, indigenous people stealing their culture. Well, even they're going to move on to something else because they just did it to try and get a little street cred in the SJW woke world. This doesn't have a cultural impact for regular people, for nerds, or the woke virtue signalers because it's just the moment and they'll move on. I do not see how this pulls down another $700 million in the U.S. because they're not going to keep it in theaters much longer. It's going to go to streaming. And when it goes to streaming, it's not making any money. We know this for a fact. When things are on streaming, they're not making money. That is not money. That's a money pit. In the end, $1 billion, congratulations. But we can honestly probably say at this point, probable $1 billion flop. And if I'm wrong, and I'll admit it. But right now, I feel like I'm going to be right. I've seen no evidence to prove otherwise. All right, I'm done. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button. It would be much appreciated. And if you're new here, check out the channel. Hit that subscribe button. I'm here to earn your trust and support using facts and logic because facts and logic do not care about whiny fifis because fifis, they don't matter. They really don't. Hit the notification button. Share my videos if you like what I'm preaching. And by all means, I want to hear from you guys. Leave comments. Real passionate people who care about stuff, who have actual non-hive mind NBC download opinions. I'd love to hear from you guys. I care what you have to say. I don't care what the stands and the SJWs think, because 201, they're all cowards behind keyboards, and I can't wait for this to trigger them, because, hey, that's my New Year's resolution. How can I trigger the stands and the SJWs even more? All right. Thank you for watching. Take it easy. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you want to get in touch with me, you can reach out to me at therentnerd@gmail.com. That email's for channel business only, so I check it on a daily basis. Also, you can find me at the Geeks and Gamers forums under @ROAS, and you can find me at Rumble and Odyssey, The Renaissance Nerd. Thank you again. See you next time.